All right, so we're looking at out in the direction of the Horse Gulch fire, and not a ton of activity again today. Some wildfire smoke from that, from smoke from also the Miller Peak fire and the Pioneer fire. More on those two fires coming up. Pioneer is in Washington, the Miller Peak over by Missoula. 94, now how about that wind? Boy, it was moving all around. It had kind of a northeast wind earlier, now a west wind. Good news is the wind will die down. Not as smoky looking in Great Falls, more of a north wind here. So that is pushing some of this wildfire smoke kind of off towards the south of Great Falls. But if you look west and southwest, you can see that. 80s and a few 90s out there. Humidity still very dry. Anytime it's down below 15% or 20% down into 15 to 20 range, that's pretty dry. And there's the wind, sustained wind. And then the gusts. 30 miles an hour. Look at Butte, America. 37 mile per hour wind. Good news, the wind will be much lighter tomorrow and Wednesday. Kind of an east wind out there. And then here we go into Wednesday. Some of those clusters of wind, thunderstorm related here. Quiet right now. May have a couple thunderstorms fire here later on. But in Helena, take a look at the Horse Gulch fire again, 12,797, the last information. Structures threatened, 600 structures lost. Again, incredible. 465 heroes working on this fire. Roads are still closed. Please stay out of the area. However, evacuations, again, as we've stated, have been lifted. Evacuation warning, residents only, campgrounds closed. Residents with ID are allowed to get back in here to their homes, but basically they're on notice where there may be an evacuation order by the sheriff once again, depending on the fire activity. A couple other fires out there. South Fork fire, south end of the Sun River, not too much activity there. I can tell you this, 500 acres, it's a lot bigger than that. We're looking at that smoke plume coming from Missoula there. Plum Creek, the lower Flat Willow fire, sizable fires, and this fire, the Dead Man fire, look at that, 22,208 fires. There actually was several fires out here in the grass and the sage and kind of all converged here. Got some thunderstorms down to our south. So maybe a thunderstorm or two eastern Montana through the overnight hours. Boy, it's been kind of wild since Friday when we had those twin tornadoes up there near Larsland. Tomorrow, maybe an isolated storm up around the Sweetgrass border crossing, Whitlash. The Sweetgrass Hills could see an isolated shower or thunderstorm. And then heading into Wednesday, a little moisture trying to sneak up here. We could have a couple isolated thunderstorms. Helena, Rocky Mount Front, Great Falls, maybe out there, parts of Fergus County. Smoke, yes, we've got our own fires here in the state, but a few fires out there in central and eastern Oregon contributing more smoke to our sky. So, got the fires, got the heat, and got some of that wildfire smoke. Air quality not too terrible, not yet here anyway. 50s to about 60 tonight, so a little on the refreshing side. A few spots dipping down close to the 40s. Tomorrow, mainly a dry day. Again, probably not in Cut Bank, but maybe just north of Cut Bank, an isolated thunderstorm there closer to the border. 80s and a few 90s. Wednesday, a couple of thunderstorms firing in the western and central part of the state later in the afternoon. Helena, Great Falls, an isolated storm. Thursday, a few more storms, central and eastern Montana. Then we may have a couple of thunderstorms fire, but look at these temperatures. 90s to near 100 over the next 7 days. The heat wave continues. Now, it does look like maybe next week, late in the week, things may cool off. We could have highs in the 70s and the 80s. That will likely come with some wind, though. Great Falls, yeah, not too bad tomorrow. Lighter wind, but we'll have a few isolated thunderstorms Wednesday, Thursday, and Monday.